Hey babes, it's a gay babe world. Oh my gosh, I'm so nerdy, I know. So, I know that some of you were talking about the other day because I get like Instagram and Snapchat and like text messages and everything confused sometimes. So the middle room, the office room, I've been really thinking about what I want to do. This kind of like pinkish, sophisticated but fun, not too feminine. There's nothing wrong with that, but like a just a fun little flirty vibe. And I started kind of working on like what is it that I want. And I really wanted like this greenery, like this hedge, kind of to feel like outdoors because since I work from home, um, and where my office window is, there's not really a lot of traffic in this part of the building, but I just don't want to like sit there, be working on my computer, and then suddenly someone walks by and maybe like, oh, it gives me like anxiety or whatever. But anyway, so what I did was thought about instead, because some of that stuff can be a little crazy expensive. On Amazon, I found these flowers. They're $13.99, I believe. It's like this soft little foamish. They're not too small, not too big. I think it's like about 3 inches by like 2.5 inches. I guess to give you a factor of, ratio. Here's I guess, a typical sunglasses. It's like, I don't know. I don't have a tape measure out at the moment. And so I want to kind of like do like a wall, but maybe not too much of a wall. So anyways, these little foams are real light, real easy going. And a bag of 100 of these is only $13.99 on Amazon. Amazon Prime, it came like the next day. And then I had a small canvas and I decided, let me just try this as like a little test model. And it actually came out pretty cute. I forgot how big this canvas is. So I decided, let me space some, let me get on a lot going on. And my sister-in-law, Erica, was like, oh, I really love that. You should make a video about it. So I was like, all right, cool. I'll try it out. Let's see what's going on with this and I'll do it. So I'm going to show you this project. And I really want, you got to make sure you measure your walls, how much you want on your wall. And to make it a little easier, I decided, after I got my measurements, I got some canvases. And I got this for $17.99, I think. It's a 6-pack of 12-inch by 16 canvases. And I actually opened it already, and each one comes individually wrapped in its own plastic, so it smells so new and everything. So I'll kind of show you along the lines a bit of how I turned that into this over here. I don't know if you can really see it with the lighting. I get a little nervous about how like curled up the roses will look, but your placement and how full you want it to be kind of really differentiates, But yeah, I'll show you guys how to get this done. Okay. All right, so I hope this angle isn't too bad for anyone. So I'm just kind of like sitting on the floor, trying to get a little comfortable, just because this is comfortable for me to work. So wherever you have like a flat surface or whatever, I'm using this cardboard box because I don't want like hot glue strings and stuff to get all over the floor. So I have this hot glue gun. It's just very simple, lovely. My darling friend Melanie gave me this hot glue gun. I love this hot glue gun especially. So whatever hot glue gun you have that works for you, or special for you, is great. So just you want to make sure it doesn't like get all messy. I just have some simple hot glue gun sticks. And so I kind of already did a mini layout of the 12 by 16 inches. You want to make sure that you're really trying to decide how flourished, if that makes how open or whatever. Okay, so for me, since they're small and the canvas is so big, I decided like the easiest thing is like, let me lay them out first flat and kind of get an idea of like how many by how many. So mathematically, I've figured out it would be like 8 by 6 for me for like the fullness or so of how you want your flowers to be. So I already glued these on for the sake of, like magic of things. All right, so I don't know how, I'm not that great at editing, so please bear with me on this video. All right, and just remember, sometimes you're gonna have those half glues and kind of have to push through, so just be careful, it gets hot. So what I did is I, already have my layout, my idea. If it helps you to use a pencil to kind of stencil an idea of like where you want your placement. For me, my thing was I kind of really didn't want that much white around the border, so I also made sure that like it stayed kind of like like as you put them on, you want that like maybe kind of see it that way, so that way when it's on it kind of comes up and you're not really getting like this look where you're getting corners. You want to make sure you're going to cover it. And so I put, in school I used to say a little dab of glue goes a long way, so dab of glue away. And so I kind of just put like some, I kind of do like a circular motion. You want that base part, like where it's the heaviest, the fullest. And then you're going to want to just kind of put it on there. And you can see how you have these like spots under here with my nails. And you're going to kind of like just place it on there, maybe a little softly this way, whatever works for you. Maybe some of you can be very particular, want to get like something pin, or just even use one of these other glue sticks to kind of like have that measurement and weight down. I hot glue it down and on the flat surface, but obviously you can test it and see, you know, kind of gives you an idea of how far out it goes. Maybe this is a little bit further out than I intended it to be, but you know, it all depends on how you want to go across with them. So let me try to get a few of these other ones on here. And like I said, wanting to make sure you measure it out, because I kind of did this way for the sake of like this tutorial or video, I don't know what you want to call it. This is for you, Erica. So I have to really be, in my case doing this, I have to be careful on how I'm counting out and spacing in here. So kind of glue the other one down next to it. And all right, so like you can see, you want them to kind of like go really close together. Just kind of like depending on the angle, there's a little white showing there, so you can always put a little hot glue underneath and kind of adjust it over. So that's what I love about these petals also, is that it's not too difficult to really kind of, it's not too difficult to maneuver actually, since they're so soft, and they're not like, I don't know, they're not foamy, so it's not like, they may have that little foamy kind of sound in a way, but it's not too, it's not like bad foam. So yeah, so you be careful, because you might end up hurting yourself or burning yourself. And if you need to kind of like maneuver it, the flowers will get, everyone's gonna be a little different on how they want theirs to be. So you kind of see how you kind of patched up a little spot. You be careful for these little stragglers. Oh, my nail's so nasty. These little stragglers of hot glue. Which kind of want to do that across. And so let me just kind of catch up a little bit so you can kind of see the progress of it, okay? All right, so I kind of like, for the sake of time, you know, because I mean, I can talk, but like obviously nobody wants to like fast forward through things, so I'm just gonna highlight the good parts here. So for the sake of time, this is the same one I was working on, just I feel like that one's a little off, but obviously you guys see. The good thing is like, it's so soft. I haven't had to swipe one off yet, but I would assume that it wouldn't be too hard, because then you can kind of scrape it off the canvas. Maybe just, even if you have to cut a little bit off the back, because it's very soft to the tip, you still have like a hard, not hard base, but like a full base of where everything's at. So, you know, mistakes happen, kind of go work through it. So for me, I found it easiest to work going across this way, so I can kind of measure it, and then down this way, and then I kind of keep that pattern going along the way. However, for you guys, just trying to like, for the sake of the video, I started this way, and because obviously I want it to still match, I have to kind of make sure you measure it this way, like that, see if that one's kind of even and stuff. But yeah, my recommendation, honestly, to have the most efficient look is to go, if you want the full thing done, is to go across that way, go across this way. And the good thing about it is like, whichever way you decide you want to hang these, you know, as long as you have that consistency with it. Another thing is going to be how you get your, how you decide that you want it to be hung, and also how you go about it. The good thing is like, you know, you have this, kind of like hang it on something and all that way. But also like what you want to put in the middle, you know, do you want the full thing done? I would probably recommend, if you're trying to do like already something in the middle, maybe have that done, and then kind of like a little spacing around it. So yeah, this is kind of a little offset, but it's okay. But the good thing about this also is you can use so many different colors. They had like, I think over 13 colors there, and the price is not bad at all. You know, I don't know how to do all that, like look at my links and comments stuff at the moment really, but basically Google Amazon foam flower or Amazon colorful flowers, and you know, whatever. I'll try to put a picture up or something or whatever. But yeah, they had some white ones. These I think are actually just light pink, because they had like 3 different types of pink. They even had like a champagne one, and so it kind of was like, if you have, by the way, if you have a cat or a dog while you're doing this, you know, like I said, finding out where you're gonna do this is probably the most important thing, because Sheena, gorgeous, lovely Sheena, decided that she loves these flowers when I was working on them earlier, and she decides to kind of like pitter-patter them around and stuff. So I had to give her one, and she totally destroyed it. So wherever you keep this stuff, just remember that, you know, our lovely pets or creatures or kids in some cases love to get into your things. Remember, as you go along, that little stringers kind of clean as you go, kind of like cooking, which is actually something I need to work on a bit myself. And I hope this angle of me looks cute, because I'm really kind of like nervous from this angle. Like, to kind of give you an idea, like some of this other stuff here is like, you're gonna see how it kind of like layers over a bit sometimes. So it's really good because you can just kind of adjust these flower petals over each other, or under and through, like whatever's gonna work for you. Even if you have to hot glue like a petal down, I think this one's kind of extended out. However you want to fluff it or unfluff it, you know, you definitely have that option of doing things like that. So let me finish working on this, and new bag needed. All right, so we're all done here. And I guess however you decide to hang it is your choice, you know, here, this, whatever. I'm trying to go for this like very like around, like framing my canvas with this. So it's gonna be very this, that. So it's gonna take a bit. So I hope you enjoyed this wonderful little tutorial, and I hope that you guys had fun, and check out www.ItsAGabeBabeWorld.com. Follow on social media, whatever. I'm just trying to have fun and, you know, do my It's a Gay Babe World thing, and you're just living in it. Bye, babes.